What's up everyone, welcome back to another What If video. So of course by now you all know, this was originally an April Fool's What If. So I'm going to keep that spirit going. And yeah, the last two parts got a bit outlandish, but this part has some, let's just say, interesting developments. Something that might even blow Super Saiyan Blue Goten out of the water. Anyways, last time we left off with Goten Black being trapped in the past, as the group now has to figure out what to do about him and Zamasu in the future. Plus, we need to cover a little bit of history for Goten Black. Let's set a goal of 2,500 likes for this video, and once we hit that, I'll continue the scenario with the next part. Anyways, let's pick up from here. So of course, after the Universe 6 tournament, Zamasu decided he wanted to steal Goten's body. But this isn't something he did immediately. Eventually he was able to get his wish. But something was wrong. What the hell happened to Goten? It seems he forgot about the rapid aging that Saiyans have, with it probably being somewhat similar for hybrids. So by the time he stole Goten's body, Goten had already gone through his much needed age up that should have been super in the first place. Wink wink. Then Goten Black recruited Zamasu from another timeline, who became immortal. And you know what follows next. They just go around terrorizing whoever they can, specifically in Trunks' timeline. And that leads us to where we are now. Zamasu is patiently awaiting the return of Goten Black, not knowing he's actually stuck in the past right now. Well, Beerus and Whis know what they're doing. They take Goku, Goten, and Goten Black, dragging them all the way over to Universe 10. Whis would normally remain neutral, but since Goten Black is going across space and time willy-nilly, he kinda has an obligation to intervene here, putting Goten Black in some sort of containment while he's unconscious. The magnitude of this situation is very serious, so at the very least he will help imprison this guy. They all arrive in Universe 10, suspecting Zamasu has something to do with this, and immediately he's terrified. First of all, it shows him that this plan that he was thinking of, yeah, it would be pretty screwed up and it wouldn't work. So he should probably reconsider, but also he's terrified because unknowingly, another version of him from another timeline angered a god of destruction in this timeline, and now he's facing the consequences. He pleads to not be destroyed. But after talking it through, everyone's able to figure out that this Zamasu actually did nothing wrong, at least not yet. But he does tell everyone he did have some thoughts about doing a plan like this. And what's even scarier is Goten Black eventually wakes up and sees Zamasu, only confirming the fact that Zamasu's somewhere in Trunks' timeline now. Goten Black then quickly realizes this isn't his Zamasu, and he's not in his timeline or even the universe that he was in before. He's in prison and he's screwed. With Zamasu now on the path of turning good again, he and everyone else see what kind of information they can get out of Goten Black. Thankfully, the damage to the time machine wasn't too severe, and within a few hours or so it's back up and running. Vegeta is of course going to join Trunks when they head into the future, with Gohan joining this time as well. He's still a little schmizzed about not being able to fight in the Universe 6 tournament, so at least here he might be able to test out his powers. And help out a bit. The three of them head into the future, and surprisingly it seems calm. Of course there's no Goten Black going around, but then they're able to see Zamasu is waiting for Goten Black's arrival, and after sending some new energies appear, he and the group meet. He asks what they did with Goten, and they actually don't know. But to piss Zamasu off, Vegeta says as far as he knows right now, Goten Black is either imprisoned or dead, and now they just need to take care of Zamasu. He knew it was foolish for the other Zamasu to not wish for immortality. But no big deal. Zamasu feels like he could handle this alone. He explains who he is and why he's here, and his plan, just as they suspected. The three of them begin fighting him, expecting a powerful enemy, but really, Zamasu's power isn't anything too crazy. They actually think they were able to kill him, because he seemed to completely vanish, until they see him regenerating. It turns out he left out one small detail. He's immortal. No matter what they do, he can't be killed, and his plan will continue. Well, looks like they're screwed, at least for the time being. There has to be some way to work around this, but clearly, right now, they don't have that option. At least not yet. They do have one option right now though, retreat. No way they're sticking around here with a guy who's immortal. That right there is just bad news. Thankfully with the three of them there, even if they can't kill Zamasu, they can at least distract him and stun him temporarily. Before he even knows it, Zamasu is blind. A solar flare comes out of nowhere from Trunks, and jeez does it hurt his eyes. They make a run for the time machine, hop in, and get away. It feels good to be safe. They're back in the main timeline, and everything is just, well, it's just swell. At least for a few minutes until Zamasu figures out where they went to and travels there using his time ring. Remember how Goten Black pranked everyone before by coming back to the past? Well, Zamasu's gonna do the same. And just like Goten Black before him, he blows up the time machine. Apparently when Goten Black did it, it didn't do the job last time, but here, Zamasu actually destroys it completely. Fun little prank. Zamasu will be sure to include this in his Don't Time Travel at 3 AM challenge on YouTube. Good stuff. Zamasu knows he's not really a match in terms of power, but he can at least go around destroying stuff just to annoy everyone. I mean, what are they gonna do about it? Kill him? Pfft, they can't. Ah, these stupid mortals. They all try and fight Zamasu, but they can't do anything. He just keeps causing havoc. They overpower him, but Zamasu can fight for however long he pleases, and he can't get hurt. But then, Trunks gets an idea. In this timeline, they have something that he doesn't have in his own. What, Goku? Well, yeah, that's not what he was thinking of though. And as a matter of fact, Goku's not even here, he's with Zeno right now. Anywho, the thing Trunks was thinking of was actually Dragon Balls. And you know what Zamasu used to become immortal? Well, it was Super Dragon Balls, but still Dragon Balls. So maybe they could just use Earth's Dragon Balls and make him not immortal. It might not work, but it's worth a shot. While Gohan and Vegeta continue fighting Zamasu, Trunks retreats. He's able to gather some people like Piccolo and Krillin, as they all head to Capsule Corp. They need to get Dragon Balls as quickly as possible to stop Zamasu. Together, anyone who's not fighting Zamasu is searching for Dragon Balls. And with so many people working together at once to find them, they eventually do get them pretty quickly. So they've got 3 wishes now to make. Shenron is summoned, and their first wish is to remove Zamasu's immortality completely. And I feel like Shenron would probably be able to do this. If he can grant it, he could probably take it away from anyone if he wants. There is the one rule about Shenron not being able to kill someone that's stronger than his creator, but he's not killing Zamasu. He's just altering something about him. Removing immortality isn't what will kill him, it's Vegeta and Gohan that will. So yeah, he does this. And their next 2 wishes are pretty obvious. Revive everyone that was just killed by Zamasu, and reverse all the havoc that he caused. Far away while Vegeta and Gohan are holding him off, they all notice the sky turns black, and then Zamasu feels a little weird. He doesn't feel so good. But he wasn't Thanos snapped. Shenron just took his immortality and threw it away. And although this wish won't turn him to dust like a Thanos snap, Vegeta's actually going to take care of that. Did you guys know Vegeta could use Keyblades? Pretty cool. And he uses one here to slice off Zamasu's hand. That was unnecessary. Actually, no, it wasn't necessary. First of all, Zamasu realizes that his arm isn't regenerating, and it hurts a lot. Ow. He has to manually heal himself, but he realizes what's happening. His immortality is gone. And the thing is here, his first thought is to escape, but he can't. That's why Vegeta went for his arm, so it would cut off his time ring and Zamasu wouldn't be able to use it. And kinda like Goten Black before, the time ring activates on its own, and it just goes back to Trunks' timeline. But instead of taking Zamasu there, it just takes his severed arm. Ew, it's like a reptile's tail or something. Now, they don't have to reserve their energy in the fight anymore, because this isn't going to be something long. The 2 of them plan to finish this, and they launch a combined beam that completely eradicates Zamasu. Sucks to not be immortal, I guess. Trunks arrives at the area and he doesn't see Zamasu anywhere. Vegeta and Gohan give him the good news, Zamasu's dead. So that should be the end of it. Well, it's not that easy. Trunks' time machine is gone, so he has to wait for that to be repaired, but once that's repaired, he can go back to his timeline and it'll all be happy. Not so fast. There's still one thing they need to take care of. What's going to be done with Goten Black? Whis assures Trunks that he doesn't need to worry. They're going to handle Goten Black in this timeline, so Trunks can rest easy knowing this. But that means everyone in this timeline has to decide what to do with Goten Black. They could easily decide to execute him. And right after all the action's done, Goku returns after his meeting with Zeno. And the group is trying to figure out what to do with this guy. Time for some more April Fool's logic. So I'm sure Goku would probably want to try and spare him, given who Goku is and the theme of the scenario. Goten would probably agree too, wanting to side with his father, and also it would be a little odd trying to kill another version of himself. And Gohan would side with his family as well. But what is their plan here? Can they seriously correct him? Well, crazier things have happened before. I mean, look at Vegeta, look at Piccolo, Tenshinhan, Yamcha. I mean, half the people there were enemies before. Hell, even Goku was a bad guy, until he hit his head and forgot everything, but still, people can change. Even the Zamasu in this timeline changed. And if he did, who's to say Goten Black wouldn't? He's Zamasu, and if Zamasu's open to change, Goten Black might be able to. Beerus thinks it's a crazy idea, and he's not going to help them out if anything goes south. This is their own decision, and if things get screwed up, he's not going to come in and save them. Goten Black is actually feeling a little bit mixed right now in terms of his emotions. His plan was a failure, the Zamasu that he knows is dead, and then the Zamasu in this timeline isn't even a bad guy, he's good. And now these people are sparing him thinking that they could try and make him good? He's in a volatile state right now, so maybe they could actually reach him, and get him to hear them out. He's kept contained for now, alone to his own thoughts. Trunks returns to his timeline thanking everyone, happy to finally know peace once again. Oh crap, he has to rebuild everything now. And there's a severed Zamasu arm here. Gross. How did this get in his timeline? Well, at least this is the only part of Zamasu left, and he could finally relax. While this arc is wrapped up, this leads us into the next one. And I'm not talking about the Tournament of Power, I'm talking about the time before that. Because there is going to be some change here. For one, of course, they do have Goten Black around. So what are they supposed to do with him? Well, Goten actually sees this as an opportunity. As weird as he thinks this is, he kinda wants to train with this guy. He knows he's stronger right now, so if anything goes wrong, he could just kill Goten Black easily. But he also feels like this will be a good experience for the both of them. It'll get him to be stronger, and maybe he can get Goten Black to see the light and actually become good. Goku hasn't just taught him everything in terms of fighting, he's also taught Goten how to be a good person, and he wants to see if he could spread that here. Goku is able to influence other enemies to be good. He just has that kind of effect on people. The androids, Vegeta, Tenshinhan, Yamcha, Piccolo. And I know this what if has had a lot of jokes, and I mean the whole concept of Goten Black turning good is crazy, but to get a little bit serious here, if Goten's training like Goku, that's gonna affect his mentality a little bit, in a good way. And if he truly wants to be like Goku as a fighter, he needs to learn how to influence people in good ways like that. And Goten Black would be a nice start. It'll be a true test for Goten's maturity, showing that he not only developed in terms of strength here, but also as a person. It's going to be a hard process, but he feels confident that he can do it. And even though it's Zamasu in there, maybe he'll be able to have Goten show up somewhere. Who knows though. Goten Black is freed, and the two of them actually begin training. He still has a hatred for mortals, sure, but this experience is kind of opening his eyes. A mortal spared him. Despite all the havoc he caused, and the fact that he failed, this mortal right here, this kid who's not even fully developed as a person, he's giving him a second chance. Not only that, but training with him. Zamasu's had the idea that mortals will make everything impure, and they just destroy stuff that's beautiful. But Goten's different. He's trying to do good and create stuff. Positive things like a bond between the two of them. And you know what? He wants to give that a chance. Goten Black begins warming up to Goten. It's a very slow process, but it works. Plus, the two of them do get stronger. Goten Black's even able to learn Super Saiyan eventually. And he tries to get Super Saiyan Blue, but when he does it, it turns out being pink. Weird, but he doesn't question it. Still seems cool. And all of this training is done on Beerus' planet, while Goku and Vegeta are also there. Beerus and Whis are pretty impressed with this kid. He's developed a lot. Of course, Goku's proud as well. And you know what? Vegeta's proud, but he's a bit jealous. Why can't his kid do this? You know what? That's it. Beerus has been playing favorites. He wants Trunks to be here too. Vegeta's turning into one of those dads that will have a bumper sticker on his car, talking about how great his honor student child is. Screw school, he wants Trunks to get Super Saiyan Blue, and this is where we'll leave off for now. So how do you think Goten Black will develop, if at all, and what will change about him? What do you think will happen with Kid Trunks in this story? Do you ever think Goten Black and Zamasu will get to meet somehow? And most importantly, what do you think will happen in the next arc? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check them out to see what you all think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to drop a like, and let's try to hit the like goal I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If you haven't already, why not subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon to get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on this channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.